Hi, and welcome to video number 7. We're going to be talking about creating a Pinterest board. Now, first and foremost, I want to talk about some cool strategies that you can begin to use. Basics of obviously you can create a board that is really cool and is focused on one theme. Or you can create a video gallery of a theme. Now, depending on your demographics, if your demographics is really visually video oriented, then maybe. But if your demographics is more visually inclined to images, then you might want to stick with that. So that's why I say so much about you need to know your audience. You can also show from different perspectives that people are not expecting. For example, dogs, cats, animals, and so forth. Make it funny and using what you know from the demographics research. So from my research that I did, I found that cooking desserts, there's a lot of women, they could have animals and this and that. So if I know that, then I can create a board of dogs, thinking, ooh, those sweets look really good, and stuff like that. Different perspectives of maybe cats, thinking, man, I wish I could have that cupcake. And I know that sounds a little cheesy right now, but I hope you're getting the point here that if you can position the perspectives from people or animals in your demographics' lives, then they're probably going to get a kick out of it because they deal every day with their animals, with their children, with their husbands, and so forth every day. So make it funny, make it memorable, and you're going to get their attention. So another thing is don't just show what your brand products are about. Show people how they can use them in their daily lives. So you can show pictures of people using your products, or you could show pictures of even animals using your products. Now, you have to know your demographics. If people don't think that's funny in your demographics, then don't do it. Only do it if it's funny in the demographics. Or you can become a thought leader. You can create a board on a specific topic that is useful, that inspires them, that makes them cry, makes them laugh, so forth and so forth and so forth. So there's so many different avenues that you can take, and the whole point is to have fun with it and make sure that your audience has fun and is inspired with it as well. Now that I have given you some ideas of what avenues you can take, let's go over to Pinterest right now and let me show you how to create a board. To create a board, all you need to do is scroll over to the right and underneath your name, click on Boards. And at the bottom here, it says you have no board. So what we need to do is simply enter the board name here, and we're going to say Cupcake Recipes. And click on Create Board. And then our board has been created. So if we click on Edit, we can put a description here. And I went ahead and typed the following. Are you a cupcake fanatic? You'll find all your favorite cupcake recipes on this one board. Now remember how I was doing research previously and I found that a lot of pictures were going up, but a lot of people were asking about recipes and this and that. So I'm actually going to pinpoint pictures and post recipes and so forth. Category, you pick the category, food and drink, and click on Save Settings. So now I've created the board, I can begin to add to the board. Now there are 3 different ways to add to a board. You can click on Add up here, and you can add a pin, you can upload a pin, or another way is of course to find images and click on Repin and you can put it on your board. Now, in this case, when you create your own board, you probably don't want to put other people's images onto your board as like primary things. You might want to put a few here and there, but you might want to put your own let's say cupcake recipes. So if I hop on over here, and under your name, you're going to see pins. So click on that. And if I go over here, you'll notice that you can add this little button to your internet browser. And what happens is if you add this to your browser, anytime you visit a site, you can pin that site or pin that picture. So this is good if you want to pin specific articles and content that you created that have pictures. So let's say, for example, that I have cupcake recipes on a website and I want to pin those onto a board. Now, in order to install this, it says to install on Google Chrome, display your bookmarks by doing the following. So I've already done the following, and as you can see here, I have the pin it button. Now, it can vary from different browser to different browser, and I would assume with Pinterest, it has detected that I am using Google Chrome. Now, if I hop on over to Google here, and I type in cupcake recipes, and in this case, since I'm using this as an example, I don't actually have a cupcake recipes website. But let's say that this is my website. If I wanted to pin this website, I would click on pin it. And Pinterest would basically scrape the images and ask you, okay, which image do you want? If I click on cancel, as you can see, it grabbed this one and this one. Now, I'll probably want to choose a page that only has one image. So let's say, for example, that I choose the chocolate peanut butter example and I click on pin it. Now, as you can see, the chocolate peanut butter image is showing right here. So if I click on this, a pop-up comes up and it gives me the ability to add it to an existing board or create a brand new board. So in this case, I'm going to call it chocolate peanut butter recipe. And click on pin it. And I can see my pin and it's going to open in a brand new window. I can edit the pin. I can add a description that relates to the keywords and everything like that. And if I go back to the board, you can see that I have one image. So I can rinse and repeat and go back to Google and go find some other recipe that possibly I've uploaded. And let's say the 10 Christmas cupcake. And I'm going to go ahead and pin it and click on the image and simply add this here. And I can go back over here and refresh the page. And as you can see, my board is beginning to build up. Now, as you're creating your board, one technique that you can use is you can repin other people's recipes, cupcake recipes, and then in the mix of everything, include your own. So let's say cupcake recipes. Do a search at the top. Let's see, go back to the main site. And it's not showing up anything for cupcake recipes. Let's search for recipe without the S. And as we can see here, there's a lot more. So we've got more results here. And what I'm going to do is to look for ones that have a lot of likes on it. So this one has 200, and if it fits with mine, I can repin it and put it onto my board here. and you can see it now. I can follow this person. So I've liked this person, I've followed them, and this person will be notified as well. And I'm just going to start adding people with a lot of likes, and eventually I'll build a board that has a lot of cupcakes recipes on them with more of the popular Pinterest users. So that's how to create a board, and you can use the ideas that we talked about earlier to get some eyes onto your board and eventually back to your website.